This time you get to see my screen. Didn't expect to have two videos of visible progress so quickly. Maybe I should publish this one a couple days later. Anyways, yeah, you can see I can control the down and up, right? So if we zoom in, we can see that indeed those downs are actually data. And what's going on here is, yeah, this is an IR remote protocol, and I'm pressing the up button. And in a second, I'll go back to that screen where it's scrolling again. So yeah, I wrote this oscilloscope really easily using Arduino, just using its analog. So yeah, so what I've done is I've hooked up a IR receiver up to the analog read, and I'm continuously analog reading. And yeah, and so that's how we get the ups and downs. So if you look at this, you can see there's a couple dips here. These are glitches that are occurring where somehow the Arduino is doing something it shouldn't be doing. But we're able to sync, and those are infrequent enough, and it looks like they're periodic as well. Looks like they're occurring every so often. But yeah, so even with that bug, I'm able to capture data. Just do it again here. Oh, play button apparently doesn't work. Stop button works though. So yeah, if we zoom in, we can see, yeah, it sends it 5 times, and each of those 5 times has, you know, this pattern here, and we receive it quite well, actually. It's kind of cool. I wonder why they send it 5 times. Seems like, maybe the receiver end has to, yeah, the receiver end has to not allow any, yeah, the receiver end has to not allow any more commands for, you know, however long it takes to do 5. And so in order to get this, you know, error resilience, they end up doing that. Yeah, it's kind of fun to see something so functional, so easy. Give it 5 volts, give it ground, and it gives perfect, beautiful signal. Yeah, if you're interested in the source code for the oscilloscope, you can turn your Arduino into an oscilloscope pretty easily using this code. And yeah, this window here is not mine, obviously. It's it's Matplotlib. So yeah, the source code in Python is very simple as well, so you don't have to worry about trusting thousands of lines of my code. But if you think about how much data can we possibly get across the serial port from an Arduino to a PC, it's almost what we're able to get out. We're actually able to transfer a bit more than the analog is able to read. So that's kind of cool to see that the analog read functionality of the Arduino keeps up with, you know, quite a large amount of data. And I guess wouldn't it be interesting to see something go on except for 0 and 5 volts, right? So if I don't know how to even do this, but I was able to use my multimeter to cause it to dip a little bit. So see that dip there? That's my oscilloscope touching the output lead. So some reason drops down to yeah. Funny, huh? Yeah. If I were to put, I don't know, the audio of this microphone into this wire, we'd see the waveform. Should be kind of interesting. I wonder how I do that. Well, I'll figure out a way sometime, but yeah, that's the progress that I've made. So not only do we have some output, we also have some input. And you're probably wondering, oh well, what are you going to do with 56 kilohertz? By the way, it's 56 kilohertz is this IR receiver's functioning frequency. So yeah, my thought is a punch card, right? So yeah, you have some IR receivers hooked up to your digital port, right? And then you swipe your punch card along it, and it reads the punch card. To what end, huh? To what end? If you think about it, the question of a punch card, it's a data format, right? Yeah. So data on a punch card. Kind of in line with my GD-ROM project also. If you think about how CD-ROMs are very similar to punch cards in the way that their data is stored, right? In pits and holes, right? And also the way that data is transmitted, right? In the case of a punch card, it's a light shining through the hole, and in the in the CD-ROM, it's a light bouncing off of the pit and not hitting or hitting a photodiode. So very similar. It's almost like it's a very fast spinning punch card. That makes sense. Anywho, rambled on for long enough. I'll show you a photograph of the circuit.